and this person could feel it in the air being single, and this is why they cannot look themselves in the mirror anymore, because they only wanted to blatantly, unbeknownst to you, sleep with you just to steal your energy, to become the Queen of Wands, not to become a woman, not to become a woman man. It's the qualities, your characteristics, what you have. First card was the Shrimp card. You're very powerful. So each one of these are very potent.
Hi, this is Jack. I'm an objectified star.
Your sex game, very potent. Your looks, potent. Okay, very defined. Your confidence, off the ricker. Okay, off the roof, off the charts. Your social energy, butterfly, whatever, off the meter. Funny, comedy, drag is off the meat rack. Okay, so they needed a dose, a dab, or two of it. Okay, 2 tablespoons,
I've been this way the whole time.
Out of that chalice, and it's a Queen of Wands without a chalice. Okay, you see how potent you were, and now a tower is falling down on this false empire. Okay, that was built off of your energy. You see how you can build offsprings? You got kids out here.
I didn't really want to dismantle the empire since it was built for me, but I just built it again. Fuck it.
Okay, he had one on his head. He had to circle it, put another one on it. He would feed it too. You gotta understand where I'm going with this. So someone saw maybe your intimate moments. Well, let me break this down a little bit more for those who get into the back. So tell me more about why this person can't look themselves in the mirror. Okay, they cannot face themselves right now. Can't look themselves because why? Devil. They're a very dark person. Hangman. Why? They wanted to sacrifice you. They feel like they hung themselves here dealing with you with that devil energy and that hangman. But the hangman wanted to fall out with the devil. If y'all saw the hangman wanted to fall, this person hung themselves trying to be whatever they was doing with you. Okay, now they all up in their heads, face 7 of Cups. Okay, they're all up in their mind here because this was unexpected failure. They did not expect this to take place. This is a very dark person. They could literally feel mentally unstable at this moment. Not to say when they went in this thing, they was not sane. They had to be sane. But whoever this was that was doing this to you, they could literally feel 7 of Cups. Devil,
so there's this guy
unstable or mentally challenged at this moment because of what's crashing
I dosed him with acid
once. Look at that, bottom of the deck. Justice. The truth is out. Okay, so some sort of truth is out, and that's why.
I apologize then. I apologize now. Clearly, he was still been a I guess I caused him some grief.
So it could be a Libra. Okay, it could be a Libra.
He said he was bored.
This is legal matters. Okay,
he said he was bored.
Legal matters coming in. That's why that person can't even hold their head up no more. They know they got their hand, and they palms that got greased. King of Pentacles.
One time when he asked me to go get him a beer,
is that somebody was paying them to, because King of Pentacles got money to pay somebody.
He got a tab of acid.
There's a man and a woman paying somebody. Couples in here too. King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, right there. A mom and a dad. Okay, or a mom and a man. Okay.
He knows.
Queen of Pentacles, not even the Empress. I try to say sister. So that's there's a mom, and then there's a Queen of Wands here. Okay,
poison
she
him.
is to you, I think that she is a sister, because that Empress came out.
I was honestly just fulfilling his contract.
The mom, the sister,
and then I never did it again.
Okay.
But I did want there to be the suggestion that I would do that to somebody because I did that to him. But I didn't do it to this other person, who I also gave it the suggestion of, but I did it a different way. That person I didn't, the other person I did, and then I knew that eventually these data points would show up at a computer. Since I figured out 4 years before then, hey, at the end of time there's going to be an investigation at the throne of God because whoever the fuck is doing this shit is a fucking asshole.
It's like they got the eggplant and then they started committing crimes. Like your stuff was so good that it gave them this endorphin, dopamine, I don't know, it released something, and then they ran off and started committing crimes. Because I'm like, it just can't be just this for sex. But it's like they went and started committing crimes. There's surveillance in you. It's like your stuff is a drug. 6 of Wands here, somebody to call somebody out. They done went and got a celebrity. It's crazy. Okay, hold on, y'all. Let me get my daughter's shoes. Let me break this down some more. But see, I knew it was more to this. I knew it was. Because I'm like, why they can't look themselves in the mirror from sleeping with you?
I guess there's.
Yeah, okay. As a 6 of coins involved too, they were sharing something. Oh, no, that was you. Okay, 6 of coins on the Empress, as we talk about your energy, right?
All it takes is a 1.8 million BTU propane torch. I've been avoiding weeding this rock garden because no one wants to get on their hands and knees, and we have
your energy, right? They were sending stuff. Look, hold up. 6 of coins is saying like you was generously sharing your energy with them. No, you was not.
So the woman who used to do my
here, you just get a straw. You go put it over here. She don't mind. He don't mind. You know, 6 of coins is generosity, right? It's like, and the mom was being so generous here. Like, I don't know who mom this is, like, because they really wanted to be famous.
One of them I want back. That one's dead.
Left ear. He don't mind. Go plug up to his right shoulder blade. Hey, y'all got some weird people because somebody was fixated with being famous. This mom or sister or whoever this female is, it's like you are the famous person without even identifying as it, but they wanted to be 6 of Wands. They wanted to be famous. And now they're about to get recognition for off of you again, but not for what they got off of you at first. You feel me with those 3 cards? Well, I'm a reader. I love to read. I will break. See, look, if I ever work for a group or a company or someone, they would have to keep pushing a buzzer or something to tell Sierra to
reading is fun. Watching her read is a lot of fun.
Because I would still be trying to tell you what she's doing now. So they want people to be drooling over them. Somebody did, because you got that essence, whether it's inside out, because whoever the Empress is, male or female, the Emperor or the Empress, you got it, okay? You got it inside out, okay? You popular over here, you got people hypnotized, you are hypnotized.
I got a lot of Empress in me. I wear a kilt. I'm a mother and I didn't give birth.
There you go. They wanted to get famous. Six of Wands. The Moon card and someone could have became someone very famous online. They definitely became someone popular. Just like
feed from my tits. I have people.
About how someone else became this popular person right here and got their recognition here. And that's
there's actually 2 or 3 guys who
get your recognition here.
took the job as double star.
Rooting for you and hypnotized by
one of them's done. I'm not sure which one. One of them.
Okay, before you can sit in that seat,
you don't get to take somebody's ID.
They gotta learn how to, for real, they really gotta learn how to control this kind of power that you contain within you, okay? Because it's got them jumping off, they jumping off the porch food card, getting that little lucky, getting that adrenaline rush off your first hit, and thinking they're gonna get it every time, and now they're gonna struck out. That's why they regret. Surveillance, gathering information on you, revenge porn. They were stealing at your little booty, Moon card, and putting it on the web and lying. Talking about, you know we was filming you.
There's lots of guys who use my phone. And one of them broke the rules. I don't know which one. The other ones who do use the phone with permission, they don't want to get busted for the same thing because they do the same thing. But somebody did it against the rules.
You can't your cups in cups. You come together with somebody. Okay, there could be at least 2 couples that's involved with this shenanigan that was exchanging your energy. My left ear is burning and it's hot. So yeah, they talking. Could be like masculine. Let me see. They all up in here. Alright, tell me why about this energy. From them, whatever they did to you. Okay, yeah. 4 points here. Nothing but setbacks, material holdings, obstacles, oppositions here for stealing your energy. Your stuff is the fountain for real. It's a no-no, okay? That jank only can. You'll get a toe, you'll get a nostril, and you should be used up and destroyed by now because they got a spending habit with this spend theft here. I mean, spend threat. My card breaks it down a little bit more, but this means penny pinching for these people here that have been stealing your energy because you are the Queen of Swords. Whoever you are, there is communication that is coming towards you. It's going to give you clarity about who was over there sucking up on that little rod or iggly. Me and my son, my daughter's calling me out. Queen of Swords, yes, because this is 3 queens right here already. You are the 3 upright queens right here. Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, it could be at least 3 women that these flying monkeys. So it's not just one. It's like they were sharing your energy. Do you feel me? With so many people, this is crazy.
Too many people.
Like I think I did a reading last year about this. I had a vision like this, and I broke the whole thing down. I'm like, it was like somebody here. I think the devil in 3 of Swords, and now they hurting behind their devilish tactics here. Their tactics here. Okay, now they hurt 3 of Swords. Okay, because they're experiencing nothing but delays. I'm talking about somebody so hurt that they're being brought to tears. This 3 of Swords here. Okay, desolation, opposition here. Yeah, because it's over. Okay, it is over. Strife, disappointment. Okay, this was unexpected. Okay, they didn't expect for this here to happen here with that devil. Okay, tell me more. Tell me more about this. Okay, I'm gonna sleep with you. Okay, 5 of Swords again. 5 of Swords coming out again. Look, 5 of Swords. Okay, so now they again 5 of Swords on 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords is right here too. Okay, again. Okay, it's a conflict over that thing right there. That thing gonna cause somebody to fight. This is not out. Because if you're a God, you know you got that work. I'm just saying I had to fight the energy down because I felt like people in the back was rounding themselves up and no damn well that motherfucking stick be like, poo, 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 poo. Oh God, stop. Okay, I'm not gonna be playing with y'all no more. Okay? Oh God, it was fine. No, all jokes aside, 7 of coins on the 5 of Swords, it is saying that they was working very hard to avoid a conflict. Because somebody is working hard in here to keep their energy, and I believe that is you. But the 7 of coins here is definitely put them in that energy where they felt like they could make the money, the wealth. They can get that, whatever. Okay, successful dealings, money, wealth, treasure. You are the treasure. Now someone over here got to reorganize. Okay, reorganization. Okay, so happy on that. Okay, they felt like progress with you. Okay? Now they feel like you've been working hard to keep your own energy in the Queen of Wands, so focusing on your vision, whatever it is that you're trying to attain here, and they feel like with the Seven of Coins, like, well, damn, your results are nearly due, like it's about to come in, and that's why they fight Five of Swords again. That's why it's a conflict here, because that's defeat. Five of Swords is defeat on a conquest, okay? So they just walked up and failed on your conquest to steal your energy. So it may be like you're keeping your energy to yourself now, okay? So maybe you're getting your energy back, you're calling it back, or something like that. Could be something like that. Tell me more. I'm trying to. Come on, man. I almost said I'm trying to make this reading long, y'all. We already an hour or so, y'all. Three cards. All right, I'm about to hang it up. Let me get up out of here. Let me see what else I need to look at. What is coming in? Okay, we know trouble is coming in. Tell me anything else that I need to know. Anything else that we need to know. We know trouble is coming in. Okay, y'all be asking all the good questions after the live, and I'm like, dang, I ain't know that question when I was in there. I would have asked that. 4 coins. Yeah, something about a princess. Okay, I'm sorry, 8 of coins. Okay, my bad, y'all. 8 of coins, bottom of the deck, 7 of wands here. Okay, there's somebody honorable here, and somebody been keeping a tab. Someone got a tab about what someone did to a child or what someone did that involves SA. Because 8 of coins could be like, and it was for money though. They did it for money. Okay, and someone that's honorable got a tab on it. 8 of coins. Okay, and it's somebody here that's like their apprentice here. Like someone expected this person to follow in their footsteps, but instead they're being honorable. 7 of wands. Okay, and it may be a family member. I see 10 of cups sticking up. Could be a family member that this was happening to. Okay, so they're exposed to someone else that did it to your child or to you, or that your people got something to do with this. That's 10 of cups here. Okay, because somebody working hard to conceal something here. Someone was trying to keep tabs. Because this is tabs, right? 8 of coins is tabs. Okay. Someone here knows, okay, about what someone was doing, okay, because it fell on that. And there's someone here that's like a victim of this here. That's why I said that person over there, that Queen of Wands, is a victim of it too, okay? But this person here could be a victim of it too. They could be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius as well, but they're doing the right thing here. They're standing up to this person because maybe they see you standing up. Yeah, Page of Cups, okay? Could be, okay? Cups. And it's because of your intuition, okay? It's like whoever you are, it's because of your intuition. The Queen of Cups is like a psychic, okay? If you don't know, in different decks, she is like a psychic, okay? She's intuitive, could be a mother, but this person got receipts on both on you, and maybe somebody's wife, okay? And how that wife was surveillancing you, or whoever that Queen of Cups is, whether it's a mother, okay? This person here, okay? Got receipts on this person, okay? This mother, this friend, this wife, okay? But they know you got the gift of sight. That's why someone here is turning something over, because it's something here about it's something about what happened to them as a child. Yeah, this might be a brother, okay? They're gonna answer right there, okay? It's a brother. It could be a brother. There you go, right there. And they know about your father. And they know about somebody managing some sort of money around your father, like a dad. 8 of coins is managing of the books too, right? So the Emperor is here, which is the authority, which is the hierophant as well. So there's an authority here that someone can trust, and this is why they're turning over some sort of receipts. But there is some sort of dialogue or some sort of book here, 8 of coins here, about some managing of a father's money. This could be a brother that is telling about this. See, it's a lot going on with this strange encounter right here that we're having right now, y'all. And I'm sorry to say, but it is a FO Friday, so you never know what you're going to get. So turn in or turn out, okay? Hit the notification bells, turn that like button on, whatever the case may be. I said it wrong. Hit the like buttons, turn the notification bells on, so you can stay in the loop. But this could be a brother, and they do have information about someone managing a father's money, okay? They got receipts, and it's a mother. See, this is a mother and a father. See, mother and a father. So it's somebody that got something on a mother and a father. So this is like a brother. That's what I'm saying. This is like a brother. It's got to be a brother, and this is automatically authority, okay? But that could be the parental figure. These are 2 parental figures, okay? Because authority could be 2 parental figures. This brother could be like a celebrity now, okay? A brother is an authority figure. A celebrity could be an authority figure. So they could be a content creator. They could be like well known. They could be popular. 6 of Wands. Okay, so it's a lot. If you don't know 6 of Wands did come out, you gotta read every card together, y'all. When you read it, so I be trying to tell people are like, where did she get that from? No, just because I got a card over here, I gotta merge that card with this card over here. Every card goes to God there. Okay, that's how we get the tea. Okay, but Queen of Cups here. Whoever you are, you have supported this person here that's turning this over. Okay, and so now they want to support you.
Everywhere.
Gosh, she's so pretty.
SEO, TikTok,
I love
then I
her.
tried
I really
TV
do.
ads. Streaming took literally
Alison
5
Francis
minutes
Shaw is a
on
multi-dimensional
live.co.
being, as
It's
many
like
of us are.
having TV
And I must say,
credibility with digital
she's
targeting
always
tools.
very
ROI
pretty.
skyrocketed,
Very nice. Oh my
CAC
gosh.
plummeted. Honestly, most adrenaline I've had since HR made us do trust falls.
Nice. I love you, sweetie.
Okay, and they
She's great at work. Incredible.
Okay, and that's what I'm getting. And it could be you or your child. That they could have told you that someone did something to them with the Queen of Cups and you supported them.
Lots of people say they say send me an angel. I actually meant it.
This person that's a brother with the Emperor, this person could have told you and you supported them because Queen of Cups is supporting. Okay, you supported them. Later on, they could have found out that you were gifted. Queen of Cups intuition. They learned that you had some sort of gift of vision. That could be for someone. But they tell it like a mother. Okay. And about your father. Whoever you are, it'll be about your father.
I kind of just wanted her angelic guardian.
Fathers or a father. It doesn't matter. It's a father.
Baron.
Okay?
He's
but
very
it's
awesome.
very specific. So it would be your father.
And
this
he's
is your
not
brother.
really
This is your wealth.
right?
Okay. I'm about to here, y'all. I'm gonna leave this right here, y'all. I will catch y'all on the next reading I have for y'all. We have a different reading. This landlord management company has been running a Ponzi pyramid scheme, and they don't own it, and they're about to get shut down. So y'all stay tuned for that reading. I was so excited to get another reading from Spirit. I'm like, oh goody, it's not about family and shit like that no more. But obviously, maybe somewhere your family might come out and everything, so you never know how that one might turn out either. So hit that notification bell, hit the like buttons if you obviously enjoyed kicking it and vibing out with your girl over here. With my daughter in the back calling me. I was like, Mom, that's TV, Mama, that's TV, Mom, that's TV. If y'all hear my daughter's like, Mom, that's TV.
She doesn't actually have a daughter. She has a daughter or a son or a
So I love y'all. Enjoy your Friday. I'll be back here kicking it up with y'all or chop it up, whatever you want to call it. Okay, stay centered and stay grounded, you guys. Obviously, receive your
Covers the details. Nobody wants these people to be exposed. I don't want to know who they are. I don't.
Oh my God, that you don't deserve and everything else will fall into place. I don't know why I just went blank and I've been saying that to myself since 2017, y'all. God, that's just crazy. Okay, so I gotta rise up out of here like the Falcons do, okay? So I'm gonna chuck up the deuces, but I'm gonna leave with the model first. These obviously opposition, these comments, even this dreadful X here, this group of people here, these flying monkeys here, are your number one haters and your number one supporters.
Yeah, they hate me because I'm doing it right, and then they didn't expect that.
Sorry, I did not get to the chat, y'all, to chop it up with y'all, but your girl been over here too long. I'm gonna have to mother in the timer to put on myself, so I can stop myself sometimes.
I love these people. I don't know exactly which one's which, but they work at a building. They're a team. They do cool shit. They have families. They have cover stories. They have cover IDs. They have cover. Personally, I like that. I don't want them to have to get new jobs or lose their licenses or run away screaming or get killed or get trafficked or anything. It does happen, obviously. But I like them. I don't want new ones. So consequently, I don't do things that's going to mess people up. Like, for example, I'm uncomfortably high right now. Uncomfortably high. I can't think straight. I don't know how to use it properly and keep that from happening. So instead of hanging on to it and waiting for someone to come by and say, okay, you passed the test, you followed my order, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to teach you the way now. I mean, it's an initiation program that I don't really mind existing. It's not even illegal, I don't think. But it is not what I had in mind. And the people who also didn't have that in mind, who are forced by circumstance to undertake the process, either consciously or unconsciously, they're doing their level best to piss me off. Which, number one, helps me avoid going down this path of initiation. Because if I'm pissed off rather than, okay, let's learn, it's not an open mind kind of thing. So by pissing me off and revealing that they don't want to do it either, it kind of has the opposite effect. Okay, well, if it pisses you off for me to be initiated, maybe I should make you initiate me. Since they were doing the exact same thing under a different set of circumstances and beliefs for decades, since they were able to hijack and short-circuit the process and then leave me uninitiated and them with, I don't know, but something involving biscuits and gravy. Apparently they want to keep on doing that, and maybe they're worried about getting busted or caught or imprisoned. Probably not, because the real problem is they're not going to be able to do it anymore. The main problem is that whether I'm initiated or not, I don't want to play along with this bullshit anymore. Because whatever they've been doing, they've been okay with leaving me here alone to rot away and perish inside this house, given that they know that they can apparently grab my soul moments before death and then put it into a pigeon or a badger or a homeless guy or something. I don't know what they do, but clearly they do stuff. And they do stuff on people and around people, and they typically don't expect their prey to jump off the table and start walking and talking and demanding civil rights. I can understand that. Yeah, I can see that. If the turkey starts getting up and dancing and complaining about its wishbone, I can see that being off-putting to the diners. Nevertheless, I'm not prey. I don't want to do the time warp again. I've never even done it once. Standards.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
Jack Austin, astronaut. Exposed to inappropriate levels of solar energy.
Sunlight makes him the world's smartest man.
I know everything! I want that brain taken out.
Heat Vision, the motorcycle with the mind of Jack's unemployed roommate. Together they run for their lives, blocked at every turn by adventure.
Move out, don't mess around. Move out, you bring me down. Move out, I can get a
For real.
It's Jack. I'm a star. I almost can't believe it, but I kind of knew it would happen, so I'm not too surprised it keeps on happening. But I would think that the people who would want to delete stuff wouldn't do that because that would just further incriminate them. But I guess they think that no one can find out how they're deleting my files, or maybe they think that it's legal for them to delete my files because it's evidence. And then I suppose, well, they're whatever they're doing. There's not a lot of recourse I have to complain that the military's taken my work in progress and then repurposing it and making it sound like somebody else said it and then distributing it on the internet somewhere where I can't get to it and then making money off of it. I can't really complain about that. It's really the military's job, right? And then if they're doing that, or if they're just putting it into an oven or something, I guess it matters whether or not I publish it. If they're going to the effort of me having it deleted, I mean, it's not like I'm disappointed or I'm sad, because they wait until I'm finished with it, and then they delete it, because mysteriously it takes an hour for my phone to save an MP3 file. It is kind of big, but it takes an hour, largely because the data is cloned across the world to other phones. I don't know how many phones are currently cloning the one phone that I have, but they've taken all the other devices and left me with one, and then that's the one that I have to do all my work on. And I haven't bought another computer, or another car for that matter, because after stealing all this stuff that somebody keeps on claiming I gave away, it just doesn't seem reasonable to spend more money on more stuff that they're going to steal. Because now that I've established that, oh yeah, they're listening to what I'm doing. Oh yeah, they're deleting what I'm doing. Oh yeah, they don't want me to talk about it. Oh yeah, and well, I guess they tried killing me. No, they actually have to delete the stuff that I'm working on when I'm done with it, and then that would mean that they don't just want to keep me from publishing it, but they want to take it themselves when it's done. They don't want to take anyway. It's pretty messed up. I didn't think that it was going to go on this long, but apparently some people needed to have a lesson taught to them. Somebody seems to think that I'm desperate to have sex with her. No. I'm desperate to find out how desperate she is to have sex with me, and then tell her no. since she's working the job, and she's some sort of bait that the well, I don't know if they're conspirators, but anyway, there's these people who are upset that I refuse to stop using the evidence that they sold to me, because they wanted me to, stop, because I would have to agree that I have some sort of problem. And then they would come and they would take the stuff that they sold to me, and then they would claim that somebody else made it, since they're really trying to get some sort of angle on controlling kind of things. But it wouldn't do for them to have me just run out and then quit. Oh, no. I have to have some on me, and then I have to say yes, and then they can set up this thing where they can be like, look, we found evidence, because they're trying to bust each other. It's spy versus spy, and they're fighting over the big piece of chicken. Still, this is what the military gets to do. And I guess since it's the end times Armageddon, I guess no one's going to stop them. I'm not going to stop them. Certainly, I think it's fucking funny. And by funny, I think sad and pathetic. But on the bright side, they're wasting their time trying to bother me. I won't say exactly what they're doing to bother me, because it does kind of bother me, but it's not working. Okay, so it's like, remember I said before, they were deleting my work and such. Yeah, they're pretty creeped out, because I guess they can't stop me, and then it doesn't seem to bother me that they're taking every single woman I've ever been in love with to some sort of blood orgy and having sex with her after brainwashing her into believing that I'm a bad person. I guess I'm a bad person because I'm not going after them and rescue them. I'm not going to rescue these women. Like, what the fuck? I guess it's their job to be captured and used at sex orgies. I don't know. But this has been happening over and over and over for years. Years this has been going on. The only difference now is that I'm aware, and then as I talk about it, my work in progress audio gets deleted, and then I guess a bunch of guys are so mad. Ooh, Shelly, I just deleted Jack Star's audio again. Come here. Never mind. I can't. I'm just not in the mood. You know, it's all just so stupid. So I can see why they did this to him. They're pretty annoying. Now, I don't know what the deal is with that, but there's definitely a lot of fighting over the whole situation. And all this fighting is being done without anybody coming to talk to me. I guess they don't figure that they have to talk to me. I guess I'm just too high to be talked to, or maybe I'm too smelly. But this is a mess this mess has been created by people who thought I would be dead or giving up or want anything that they're hassling about. Whatever the stuff is that they're implying exists, I kind of have a good idea what it is, but I don't really want that, and then I don't really want anything. I definitely want this to be over, but I don't want these people to get away or convince the world that they didn't do anything or reveal to me their names, because I don't want to know who the fuck they are. I don't give a toss in the wind for who these people are. I probably know them. I probably met them before. If I recognize them when I saw them on a lineup, I'd probably start laughing at them, because I just don't understand who the fuck it's been, who's been thinking it's a good idea my whole life to be mean to me, and that's going to make me fucking work hard. How the hell is that supposed to make me work hard? Why would I work for people who are, oh, I wasn't supposed to know that it was them. Oh, well, that's how smart I am. What do you know? For most of you. Now, I'm not sure what's happening in the current timeline that I'm on, but all these videos on YouTube, they're designed to be played in the future for other people. That's why they call it YouTube. And then other people will be having the same experience that I'm having. It's kind of like I'm a trailblazer. Now, I don't know what the fuck this inheritance thing is. I don't know. I don't know what they're fighting over. I do know that the thuggy, pimpy, whoremongering dope slavers of the world don't want women to be freed or paid for, really. They just want to keep on controlling them because they want to continue to be pimps and sell drugs and then not get caught and keep on having sex with these women. They're pretty fond of these women that they've decided to take control of. Fuck, I don't know how long they've been doing it, but I mean, they're committed. They've sacrificed their lives, their liver, their sacred honor, so they could be thuggy, picky pimps who give them up drugs and have satanic sex orgies, and they're just enraged that I'm not A, falling for it, B, doubled over with sadness and tears, C, likely to be so anytime soon, and D, still doing a pretty good job of not telling anybody who I really like. I mean, I do like lots of people, but these women are exes. They're my exes for a reason. If they liked me, they probably wouldn't have given up everything so they could go be sucking Satan's soldier's cock. Copyright Magic Castle LLC. I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they act like I'm supposed to be sad or disappointed or fall for the trap or something. Like there's some overwhelming force that makes me just unable to help myself, as I would be running forward into an entrapment scheme where I incriminate myself and then go to prison for 20 years. How about no? How about I don't want to go to prison? And yeah, I'd like to get a hug. I don't want to go to prison for it. And frankly, I don't think that the explanations that have been given to me are quite good enough from the people who have been using my friends as bait. Like she really is brain damaged. I don't know what they did to her, but she's got this notion that she can use magic to make me do things I don't want to do. No, she could make me do things I want to do, but not things I don't want to do. And then plus, I'm kind of aware that whatever's happening, she's getting pushed around by these dudes who want to put me in prison. They've been trying pretty hard to put me in prison, and it's not working out since, well, I'm not a criminal. And then I saw that coming. And then I hadn't seen the woman in 12 years, and then somebody pulls a knife and asks about her anus. No, I'm not interested in the anus. No, actually, no. I kind of figured there was something weird going on. And as time has gone on, I see what's going on. Oh, Oh, wow, they just keep on resurrecting her from the dead and giving her controlled drugs and fucking her. No, I'm not real jealous of that. I don't see where I would play a role in that scenario. They've been trying to get this stuff done since 2009 at the least. 2006, I met one who dragged my ass to Europe and Canada. And I won't say other than to say, holy shit, ladies. You know, you could have had a V8.
And rumors collective, there's an entire community of people who are convinced that you are a witch. You're not a witch, and you've never been a witch. If anything, the people who were saying this, they are the witches and warlocks. And at this point, it's like these people are delusional. They even went to a practitioner, and this practitioner told them that you are too strong and too divinely protected to actually be taken down, but they still yet won't stop. Look at their crazy faces. I mean, that's nuts. Of course, there are corrupt officials that also worked within this group, and in fact,
Here's why. They're sex and drug addicts. And so if there's a path forward where they can have sex and take drugs and imagine that there's a chance that they can blame it on me and that it'll work and it'll make me jealous while they're having sex and doing drugs with people that they think I'm going to be jealous of, they're forced to do it. They're unable to control themselves. They're locked in a methamphetamine reuptake cycle they can't stop themselves. That's why they call it amphetamine psychosis. Somebody has to intervene and say, "Hey, you should probably stop incriminating yourself over and over and over and over, because it just makes me look better, and it makes them be more incriminated, and then it sort of embarrasses the women that are being exploited, but it's kind of their job. I think at this point they're all undercover operatives that have been smoked out, and then, well, I guess they're not checking home at base with their busy schedule of being used as whores for Satan at clandestine blood orgies. But that's not my area, and then I'm not really jealous of that, since they probably won't remember it. They'll probably get doused at the waters of Lethe or something. And I mean, as much as I'd like to go to a satanic blood orgy, it's just not my scene. And then I didn't want to sexually exploit and dominate that woman. She wants to be sexually exploited and dominated, and people do it. They're doing it to her right now. I'm supposed to be jealous. I'm not jealous. Christ, I've known her how long? We didn't date very long. It was like a couple, 3 years. I couldn't figure out what the deal was. Like what it was like she was a military robot sent from the future to fuck up my life and not suck my dick. So sure, yeah, hella cool, but I'm not gonna fall for that. And then I guess she was under the impression that if she kept on casting magic missile, it was going to fucking hit the darkness. No. I don't know what attraction magic is. I do know that when I was 15, there was this situation where a woman showed me a box, and it was a box of her stuff that was special to her. And then she showed it to me, and then there was one of the pictures that I wanted to see again, and then she said no and put it back in the box. And then she left the room to go somewhere. And while I was there, I was overwhelmed with this desire to go back into her bedroom and find the box and look through it. It was the weirdest fucking thing. I had this compulsion to do something I would never ordinarily do. So I did, because I knew that, number one, if I indicated that I was smart enough to break this control thing at such a young age, they probably wouldn't keep on using it on me, and they wouldn't be able to be believing. They wouldn't be so easy to mislead later on, since I figured out when they were trying to sex traffic me at 15, and they were doing it with full knowledge and oversight of whomever was in charge of policing the school system, along with school officials themselves, plus these kids who seemed astonishingly older and more together than they did the day before, either because they were on better drugs or because they swapped them with their older karmic selves. I don't fucking know. But rather than say, hey, you're on drugs, rather than do that, I just simply watched and observed. And I've been doing that for, over 30 years. Okay. I'm still getting these people trying to entice me to go have sex with somebody who's a lesbian. Last time I had sex with her, last year. Jesus, it's been that long? Yeah. I think it was last year. It was a long time. I was never really able to have sex with her successfully, and nothing much has changed in that department. She has to be given the right kind of cryptographic chemical to unlock her desire for cock, which she's ashamed of. She apparently doesn't like to be turned into a ravenous sex beast who craves cock. Apparently she thinks that's uncomfortable. Yeah, I can imagine so. It's probably kind of like rape. So now that I know that that's why we didn't date very well. Oh, I see. Yeah, she's a lesbian that was being used to try and entice me, and then she was secretly hating me, but she figured she had big tits and she was going to give it up, so I was going to be, I would have no choice but to fall for it. No, I got plenty of choice. Plenty of choice. That's why I stopped dating her and didn't see her again for 12 years, and then wouldn't have, except somebody started lying to me and asking me questions about lots of things that didn't make any sense, like my messages with JoJo, and, well, I won't say, other than to say, that was kind of weird, and then going on a trip to a part of the world where I didn't expect to have to go, in driving a truck and not being told why and not being given any drugs while they were on drugs. I guess they wanted me to be sleepy, and then when I got to the place where they wanted me to drive the truck to, I fell asleep on the bed knowing that I was probably going to be woken up by a woman hitting me with a stick. And I did. She had a cane, and she actually woke up hitting me with the stick. And I thought that was interesting that I had a precognitive flash. It was kind of funny. I don't know why she was so mad, except I do now, and I'm not going to say why because that would be rude. But at the time, I was like, what's wrong? You're acting like I just put your brother in prison or something. I didn't. I don't think anybody else did. Apparently she did at some point, and then she told me there was nothing else I could do. Well, yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet there was nothing else. This whole fucking thing is a fucking. It's like a class reunion gone bad, and it's happening on the internet where people are. Well, they're just now cluing into the idea that. What you mean you can't control him? I thought you could cast magic spells on the beast. How is he being controlled? What do you mean he's doing it himself? Yeah, I'm not controlled by anybody. I'm not working for anybody. I work for God. That's not bullshit. It's not a cope. Last I heard, God said, do whatever you want. Okay. And then occasionally I get directives when I start to do things wrong, but I don't usually do things wrong. I only have had 30 years to fucking think about this, and I'm not trying to get laid, so that really opens up my options. Wow. So here's how that works. There's a computer here in the house, and then there's a computer next door, and data is slipstreamed over to the target computer slowly so that the user doesn't notice, and it replaces everything on the hard drive with child porn, unbeknownst to the user. All of the data that they really need to run the computer is kept on the computer next door, where they're busily trying to frame somebody. Now, this is what they did to Isaac Asimov's kid. I'm not sure if he had shitloads of child porn, but it wouldn't make sense for him to have had that. And then I can see why Isaac Asimov's kid would have been taken out by the man. He probably knew a thing or two about writing. And then he was probably arguing with people about what to do with his dad's IP. And, well, I didn't look into the story because I figured job opening. Anyway, when my computer was stolen, it wasn't really stolen so much as it was disabled. Somebody broke into the house, and one of the things they did was put the administration password on the computer. That made it so that it was impossible for me to use the computer without the password, or I could try and hack into it. But if I hacked into it, then I would be hacking into the computer that had child porn in it. Oops. It would be hard to complain about that one because I'd be breaking into a computer and then the computer would be filled with child porn. The hope was that I'd be taking it to a guy and say, hey, can you open my computer for me? That's what these modern computers are. They're little trap boxes. Now, since I've read about all these tricks and I knew that they weren't going to just walk up to me and say, hey, would you mind not talking about being alive? We're trying to collect our life insurance on you. Since I knew they weren't going to do that, I knew they would have to send in dudes to do more and more ridiculous things that I would have been prepared for, all of which would have been recorded by whomever. I don't know who's recording things, but somebody's recording things. So all these guys had no choice but to follow their Thunder Piggy orders, and they all promptly incriminated themselves. So I'm sure that's why they're pretty pissed off. They probably thought I was kidding when I said, yeah, I'm protected. And then I guess I should have been cooler, and I should have been more willing to go to a blood orgy and then sacrifice my soul and worship to Dark Lord Satan like they did. We all did it. Come on, give up your soul. No, thanks. And now I don't know what exactly happened, but the impression I'm getting is that somebody invoked the woman to come back from the dead who wants to have sex with me, and then they reprogram her so she hates me because I'm not having sex with her, and then they rape her a bunch. And she's a lesbian, so even though she likes it because she's chemically stimulated, she still feels raped, and she is. And she's also ignored because, yeah, I'm not going to go over there and I'm not going to deal with that. Last time I was there, I got driven away by a bunch of people who apparently didn't want me to do anything sensible, and then they weren't sure exactly what I was going to do, so they just arranged to get rid of me. I don't want to bother them again. I mean, they got a busy job trying to frame me for something I didn't do and covering up their malfeasances, and then acting like they didn't traffic that woman to a fake marriage, and then every time she realizes it's wrong, she stabs herself in the leg or something and dies, or I don't know what happens, but I think she did just say tonight that she finds herself teleported back to bed, which means she's obviously batshit crazy insane, as well as being used as some sort of foil. I don't know, kind of like a plastic sheet of saran wrap that you keep on top of the macaroni salad so it doesn't get dry in the crisper. And then when she dies, instead of going to wherever, she gets teleported back to her bedroom with a craving desire for my penis, which gets erased from her mind as soon as whoever the hell is assigned to her loads her up with control dope and has sex with her. It's got to be a fucking nightmare for her. Yeah. So, too bad my hands are tied. That's military business. Military jurisdiction. That's why they do it that way. And sometimes people deserve that kind of treatment. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the situation is this one, but I do know a lot of people have just been treating me like garbage and doing so they can get me to go out of the way so they can get back to raping my friend. That's max apex cope even for the military.
Have someone else coming in, collective. You have a new contract. There is a new relationship that's coming in for you. And somehow this ex, they already know about it, and it makes them angry. They are pissed off that someone else wants to love you correctly. God forbid. The Holy Spirit is saying that, excuse me, you managed to dodge a big and dangerous bullet whenever you left this person.
Your body is trying to tell you something when you keep getting sick. I'm Dr. William Lee. I'm a scientist and physician who studies food as...
And as weird as it sounds, collective, their mother is... and was always the third party in your...
Yeah, so it's Sue and Tammy being run by Dave. And Dave looks like Dennis, and Sue died. And then was teleported to the other side of the Lake Washington, and then I saw her in Shoreline going to work. And whether Sue was driving Tammy's body or Tammy's old body or what, I don't know how this deal works, but apparently when you piss off the people in the company that are controlling drug sales and time portals that put women together and make them into your rebirth karmic partner cycle so you can keep on having sex with them and choking them out and then blame it on me. I don't know how it all works. I swear. I have no idea. I don't want to do that kind of thing. I never had an awareness as that was an option. But somebody doesn't really want me to talk about how a lot of this was so that some guy could have those two on an infinite cycle of punishment, because I guess those girls thought they were going to be getting away with ripping off a bunch of dudes and then acting like they were going to put them in jail for anything. Like this is the military. They don't get put in jail for using drugs to manipulate women who are manipulating me into doing whatever. That's their job. That's the military's job. Now, I don't know who or how all of this started, but it's just a big fucking mess. And as much as I love my ex-girlfriends and how much I love the fact that they probably feel kind of dumb for trying to steal my baby batter, I don't think this needs to go on and on and on and on and on. And also, I don't know if they need to actually prosecute any of these people for crimes, because that would have to be done at a tribunal of some kind. And then I think they already handled it, and then they don't need to tell the world about their secret military tribunals because they're supposed to be secret so that people aren't embarrassed. Like, why run people's name through the mud when they technically haven't done anything wrong? Like David Rubini. I don't think he's done anything wrong, other than, well, he's kind of shy and embarrassed, but that's okay. I think that humanizes him. And then I don't know who he raped. I don't care. It's the military. He did stuff. I don't care what happened. Well, it's not true. I do care what happened, but it's not my area to know. And I'd like to know what happened, especially since the things that I'm supposedly accused of doing, I haven't done. And then the stuff that did happen, I don't hear a lot of talk about that. And then the woman I was supposedly having an affair with and cheating on somebody with, and never put my dick in her ass or anything. Well, I've done anything, but anyway. Long story short, I got a knife pulled on me about this woman, and now I've been figuring out what's happened. Oh, I get it. Oh, this person's being trafficked by that person, and they're holding her hostage, and then there's a blackmail thing, and then she likes to get choked out and die at peak apex orgasm, because then she's dead, and then she doesn't have to come back, but apparently she does, because she's got some sort of karmic debt that has to be paid, and then she's still never had sex with me of any particular significance. I can see why that's frustrating for a person who told everybody that they were in control and they loved stealing my money, and then faked all these marriages, and then was, I don't know, a whole bunch of shit for 30 years. And I can see why the person who has been doing this successfully wants to get away with it forever, because they're in denial and they kind of forgot, oh, this is a crime. Yeah. It's one thing if it's a military objective that needs to be done. It turns out it's not so much. I mean, they don't really need to take advantage of me over and over and over and hurt my feelings. They're just doing that because they hate me. Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't know why they hate me so much, but it probably has something to do with the way I don't really endorse the way they're physically abusing women and exploiting their lives and children to turn them into whores, and then blaming me for it while claiming I need to get a job so they can launder their money through the house that they used to have before they had to sell it to me because of the COVID. Yeah, it's real complicated. It has a lot to do with standards and the legal agreement with the lands of the living, the lands of the dead. And all of this means I'm not getting laid anytime soon. For one thing, everybody's pretty concerned about facing reprisals from whomever they've been forced into marrying. I'm your husband now. You better stay away from that Michael Kuzi. Like, I don't know if that's actually been stated by anybody, but it'd be pretty funny if it was, since I guess all these batshit crazy lesbians thought that they were going to pull one over on the federal government and run off with a lot of money, and they were going to use me to do it. Yeah, right. No. As far as I'm concerned, they can do whatever they want to them, because for one thing, they're immortal. For another, they're batshit crazy lesbians. When they die, they don't just get their wings. They turn into some sort of animal and then come back to Earth and have to climb the evolutionary tree, I guess. I'm not sure how it works, but slugs appeared here. Some sort of rodent has been scurrying around in the enchanted frog pond, what's left of it. And nobody's been calling me to say, hey, I'm the leader of the coven. Sorry that we've been misleading you. We'll give your mail back. No. Nobody's apologizing. Nobody's doing shit except suffering. And yeah, Dave, that's why you don't get Tammy and Sue, because they're pretty pissed too. And then rather than save these women, I just arranged to have them separated. And then I don't know which one is which, or where they went, or why it matters to me. However, I don't really feel like I need to let them go. So if the military is having fun incriminating themselves and wrapping up another bill for the ombudsman to make sure that they've gotten enough penis into them, it doesn't exalt me, but it doesn't also make me upset either. So I can see why they want to delete my audio as soon as I finish it, and then cave it, and then leave me here with no vehicle or sanitation, and just pray that I die. So under those circumstances, I can hardly fault them for wanting to have sex with somebody, can I?
They like to control other people with drugs.
They like to control other people with drugs. Now, I don't know how that's done. Apparently, it's not done very well with me. For one thing, I don't really mind that that's done to people at all. I mean, it's not my area, so I'm not going to criticize or judge. I am going to say that whoever decided that I don't get things while these people get them probably was a little bit biased, and that seems kind of foolish, since I don't have to be high all the time, but they didn't have to throw it at me like Weissett or Redding either. And they certainly didn't have to do so to get me busted, since I didn't really need to be busted. And then they probably should think about how people in glass houses shouldn't throw needles.
They have been testing the limits for far too long.
Now, I don't know who that is, but I never tried to kill anybody for money. I never tried to kill anybody. I'm not really terribly upset with anybody, except for Kathy, who I think is really just kind of snobby, and then she's not gonna like anything, I guess, until I don't know. I'm not on her case, and then I'm not stalking her, nor am I trying to get revenge for what she's doing, because frankly, there's not much point in trying to seduce a woman who's got a commanding officer who has ordered that she be weaponized against me, because I'd have to get his permission to get the right chemical to unlock her, and then if she knows that she's not being the target of a lawful order, she'll retaliate, because she's American property. She's not meant to be turned against the country and used by some clever guy who, oh, but I really love you. Here's the bag of dope we can do. I got it from the wizard down the hall. I just had to suck his dick a little, and he gave me the right formula. It's got a little bit of dye. It's 1/4 moisturizer cream. No, it's not like that. That's pretty funny. No, I didn't even know this situation was going on. And then when I asked about something, I was laughed at, and then encouraged to not look into it. And then months later, there was a ambush where I had a knife pulled on me. At a certain point, I think you really just needed to pay attention to it. And so 3.5 years later, I'm still paying attention to it. Wow. Well, I don't think that's me. I don't know who it is, but I guess somebody just had to keep on having sex with the asset and then try to bust Jack Michaelson when he gets so jealous he's gonna get on a train and go up there and rescue her. No, I'm not. No. I'm sitting here getting high as balls by myself. Go Bears. That's the entheogenic thing to do right now. I don't want to have this stuff lying around, and it's the wrong one, and, oh, is this supposed to kill me? Oh, hi, I'm an alchemist. Whatever they're fucking doing, they really shouldn't be doing it the way they're doing it. Since it's very public, especially when I talk about it. And people who know what's going on probably wonder why it's continuing to go on. Well, because they just keep on trying over and over and over until I die. And then in the meantime, while I don't die, they get to have lots of blood orgies. Yay, blood orgies, yay. It's amazing how when every problem you have requires a blood orgy to solve it, it's time to start wondering if maybe the problem is the dick. Yeah, so the STD that's being passed around, somebody has that, and I don't know who, but I haven't had sex with anybody except for one person who apparently is having sex with them now, so I guess I probably wouldn't want to continue doing that. She probably wouldn't want to tell me that, and then if she dies of it and then comes back as an angelic form that has to be re-raped into not liking me, I can see why that would make things awkward and explain the last couple of days. But this is all just speculation. I did see that there was a photo being passed around on the internet that was posted on, I think it was 8chan. And it was a picture of myself and one of the grapefruits. And it was added with the annotations that I had syphilis and she gave it to me. And then there was this other woman and this other woman. I won't say who or why, but there's been a number of attempts to infect me with a sexually transmitted disease. There hasn't been any attempts to infect me with a house. Nobody tries to have sex with you to give me a house. No, they just wander up to me to fuck me over. And years of this have really made me not interested in fucking put up with, I'm good. I'm good. I don't even need the headache. I'm just not going to worry about it. And so consequently, I'm not real affected by somebody calling me up and trying to run a dope deal using code words, real obvious like, and then getting $12.23 from me for coffee, and then asking for $2 more, and then going to go have sex with somebody for spite, which turns into a multiple day meth binge and orgy, which is supposed to bother me, I suppose. But I think that person deserves to get laid. I don't need to know about it. And then, wow, I guess she's obsessed with me. Wow, it's so great of the healthcare system to not tell me. I could see why she went to the psych ward 3 times. Wow, that must have been inconvenient. I could see why they didn't let me visit. I could see why they don't know what they're doing. Oh, it's all my fault, is it? I made her obsessed with me. I don't think I made her. I think I'm just nice. And I guess she smoked every other pole in the city. Not me, though. I guess it's an attracting offer, but considering it has to be done under these weird circumstances, and I'm surrounded by people who hate me and want to put me in prison, it's probably not a good time of the year to bust into the house and knock out her dad with the roundhouse kick, and then have sex with her like Crispin Glover would. That's her dream. She just wants to get over with, and then we could all die in a fiery conflagration. She probably sets up buckets of pig blood over her door. So I burst in, they drop, and I'm covered with blood, and then I jump on her and I rape her because I can't hold myself back. And then the police finally show up. We got your silent message, man. We need to help you right away. Oh my God, it's such a fanciful thing. None of this is happening. This is all just imaginary. Also imaginary is the belief that these people are going to get away with their malfeasances. Because I don't know what the fuck they've been doing, but they've been doing it for a long time. I'm obviously not involved with it. And then, no, I'm not gonna fall for one last chance having sex with a woman who can change her mind at the push of a button and the squirt of a plunger, and then put me in prison for I don't know what. But that's what they're doing. Your tax dollars are worse, gentlemen. Yeah, it goes back pretty far. People carry a grudge. And some people have been under the impression that I needed to have all this stuff done to me. That I was some sort of existential threat that needed to be taken care of. Not really. They could have just told me what was going on, and I could have explained. But then that would have incriminated or implicated people they know who knew that and then didn't tell them that, and then bankrolled their attempts to get all this done so that they could protect society from evil Jack Michelson or whatever the fuck. It's a big fucking mess. And thankfully, I don't have to describe what's going on nor name any players, because otherwise I'd probably be hated by many people for getting a whole bunch of people killed, since a bunch of people are real pissed off. And if they found out that this was all just one big stupid scheme cooked up by a bunch of satanic homofags, I couldn't protect them, and I wouldn't even know how. I don't protect people who waste government dollars trying to make me never get laid again and cry. I don't know who the fuck does, but other people are kind of upset that, they've hurt their friend Jack Star. Suddenly I'm everybody's friend. And they've certainly made me not any good for what I was going to be good before. And they did that for no other reason other than that they were mad they were losing, and they didn't want to go to prison, and they were trying to steal my money from my mother's trust to pay their children instead of my children, because apparently my mother didn't deserve to have money either. And maybe she didn't, I guess. But I don't know if all this needs to have a whole undercurrent of drugs and sex and prostitution running through it. Although that does certainly make it a lot more of a compelling read for the grand jury. Hey.
It was an epic fail, but still yet.
Yeah, they actually did that. And that's actually kind of okay, since they did want to find out if I was immortal, and I am. And then they're not really in trouble for that so much as implicated. And then whoever really is in trouble for it, since people kept on doing it. I mean, that was early on. That was like in the first 6 months of Lee being here, when there was more of a military presence. They've already tested all my shit. They filled the house with white smoke, and I passed out listening to satanic chanting, and then I woke up in the same house. I'm pretty sure the military tested my shields. They don't have to, but whatever, they had the opportunity. Yeah, I'm pretty tough. So I don't know who's been killing me lately, but it's not working, and they do a lot of screaming at me on Telegram, and apparently doing a lot of blood orgies trying to get me to die. Which, if you're gonna incriminate me yourself, you might as well go for that. That sounds like a good time. They sure shit didn't try taking me out for lunch. You get a Darwin Award.
Everyone is going to hear the truth about what they have done to you, but they won't want to believe it. Collective, they are going to hear the truth because the main culprit behind this, the head honcho, the master manipulator, they are about to be interrogated. They are about to be interrogated because of what they've done to you. The Holy Spirit says that word on the street, collective, is that you are the truth. Cool. But yes, you, the one who's being targeted intensely because you know way more than you are supposed to.
I'm a six-figure funded trader and I've passed plenty of challenges just like this one, using just one tool, the fib. And I'm going to show you exactly how to use it in just
Oh, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's totally going to show me. Yeah. I would love to be taught that kind of stuff, but I'm not in that club. I'm in the other. I'm in the club where people decide that I'm a drug-using hoe and I just won't slow down. I can't be stopped. Well, actually, I am stopped. Until I'm not. And then why does this matter to them so much? Apparently it's some sort of thing where they need to keep the woman under control who's karmically linked to me, and then, wow, I have no idea who that is. I wonder who she is. Oh, maybe she's the wife of the guy who's running the operation, and then he can't figure out why his wife's either sucking his dick too much or not enough or something. I don't know. Things aren't perfect in their world. And then rather than tell me what's going on, they've just decided to yell at me instead. And then... yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. And none of them can control themselves because they're locked into a methamphetamine withdrawal neurotransmitter reuptake cycle, relapsing on their brains don't work right, and the only thing they can do to make their brains work right is to find more of my girlfriends to rape, and then cast magic spells, and then they think that's going to A, incriminate me, and B, make me sad, and C, I'll have to give in at some point. This is what they think, because they're sex and drug addicts. They'll do anything to keep on justifying their ability to run around having sex and drugs. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. So don't get addicted to meth, kids. Definitely don't lie about it, and then don't imagine that it's necessary to keep up with good old Jackstar. It's like in Raiders of the Lost Ark when Indiana Jones comes into the bar in Nepal and Karen Allen is drinking the other guy under the table. She doesn't look very tall or big, but she can pack away the alcohol. That's me. Yeah. I'm assuming that it's going to work. Otherwise, I've just embarrassed them for nothing and maybe got myself an obstruction charge or tampering. But the notion that they can't help themselves because I outmaneuvered them and they're all drug addicts and I'm actually doing them a favor. That's just the kind of thing a clandestine substance abuse counselor would do when they didn't have a license to do that and didn't plan on doing anything unethical. But that's probably why they didn't know how to prepare against that possibility. Since I'm just one person alone, and they have a whole team of people combined with a whole bunch of doctors, and then I would think that they would be able to be, defended against this kind of outcome where they're secretly addicted to things and then they get screwed. But I guess if they've told everybody that I'm at and then they're not, I guess denial is pretty powerful. Yeah, I guess so. I've got an evangelist and his wife on a mission to destroy me. Woo, doggies! That is hot shit. Any way you cut it. I don't know who knows me, but there's probably a few people who think they do because somebody's been impersonating me and doing a pretty good job of it. And then they They don't know it's not me, but they don't really know who I am. They just know that somewhere out there, there's a guy named Jackstar who's a paladin who doesn't like thuggy-piggy douchebags who juice women up and abuse them and exploit their children and use them as whores. I don't know how many people do enjoy doing that, but they're getting dealt with, and I'm okay with having helpers. I met one the other day. I didn't really meet him, but I was on YouTube and there was this person, and I can't say for certain, but I'm pretty sure he knows exactly who I am. And then I was pretty sure he was talking to me, but he wasn't really obvious about it. And then he probably doesn't like me being high as fuck, watching him do his thing. And then I don't really like it either, but it is working. And whatever it takes to get these fucking sleazeballs under control, I'm fine with. If that means I don't get to have sex for another ever, okay. Well, I don't think it was going to take that long. But these people were doing things behind the scenes for my entire life, and I had no idea. And now their backs up against the wall, and all they can do to get out of what they're doing is to claim that I'm an addict and run around having blood orgies with the women that they've brainwashed, who used to be my girlfriends, but somehow it didn't work out. There's like 8 or 9 of them, I think. I haven't seen many of them lately. They don't tend to hang around me often because, well, now they're bound chattel slave whores to some dude who has sex with them, thinking that hurts my feelings. I don't really know. It doesn't. I didn't know, and I'm not down with that. And that's happened before. So why it's happening again? I guess. Oh yeah, it's a crystal methamphetamine withdrawal neurotransmitter reuptake relapse cycle that they cannot break free of. Since well, I mean, I don't do what they do, but they know that I could, and then they can't. They have to like go through all these. They have to jump through hoops, and they have to follow instructions, and then they have to get it from their thuggy piggy overhandlers, and then they can't just let it go. They've got to show me who's boss. Okay, one more time. It's amazing. Every fucking problem they have is solved by one more time with their dicks and drugs and women who are whores, who aren't even the real women. They're just carbon. Well, it's not really a carbon copy. It's not really a time clone. It's a person's evil twin that becomes made flesh when they kick the person's soul out and send her back to heaven, and then they have to look down on their body getting manipulated by spurglords, which is not a real good description of what happens. Long story short, it's one hell of a way to pass the time, and then I don't know what they were planning on doing with their time, but they sure as shit aren't doing that. They're busy trying to make me feel bad that somebody who is a lesbian and didn't want to tell me anything real and tried to exploit me for years and did. Yeah, she's getting railed up by somebody who thinks that I'm jealous. I mean, if it would help the country, sure, I'd be happy to be having sex with somebody. But I think it's helping everybody a lot more that I'm not, because I don't really care to exploit women. But everybody's pretty damn sure that I'm not doing that, in spite of the way, mysteriously, at every blood orgy, there's always this guy who can shapeshift and look like me. Maybe that's a quinky dink. Must be a clue. I don't know. This was all supposed to be a ironclad fail-safe method to make sure that I didn't go too far. Well, you know the rules, Jackstar. If you don't stop, if you don't do what we say, we're gonna call you a needle junkie again. It's the same kind of concept as a mutually assured destruction. Like the United States and Russia do not launch nuclear weapons at each other because they would just destroy each other. And in this case, they have been on the run doing their ridiculousness for so long that they imagine that once they're caught, they're going to be going to prison for a bazillion years. Instead, they're really just embarrassing themselves, since I don't know if there's a prison that can hold these people once they come out of their fugue state and stop being trapped in a methamphetamine relapse cycle. I mean, they'll stop and they'll look at their behavior and they'll go, why did I want to kill Jackstar so bad? Number one, I am that pretty. Number two, it's entheogenic for them. Number three, they literally don't have anything else to do. Number four, I've really pissed them off openly, like big time. I've caused so much trouble, and so many people have been like fucked. I have no idea who they are. I don't care. Number 5, her name was Jewel. Yeah, I don't have one of them churches with the 401c whatever. I don't know who did create one of those nonprofit things with my name. I think somebody did. I'm not doing anything to make money until this problem is taken care of. So they're gonna be waiting a long fucking time for me to give them money for any reason at all, or to have any kind of a thing that they can hide behind, which is not really what I want to do. I mean, I love money. I love having sex, but I've never had to pay whores to have sex, and then I don't really want to have sex with whores. I want to stop a rape gang from exploiting women that used to go out on relationships with me, and then find the people who've been stealing my mail for over a decade, and then make them well, you know, I if they could stop having sex with women who used to be lesbians, I guess, I don't know, do they like it now? How does this work? Frankly, I don't want to know, but I keep on being brought into it by people who yell at me and then act as though I need to be concerned about what they're doing. I guess if I knew, it would be pretty tacky, but since I don't, they can't really say, hey, we're raping her right now. Do what we say, or we'll keep on doing it, because they're going to keep on doing it anyway. They really don't have much time left. So now here's Alex Jones with the weather. Yeah, they tried to set up a fake coven that I was going to be overwhelmed with desire to join. I mean, I am pretty lonely, and then I did recognize them, but they didn't actually know. I guess nobody told them. I am pissed off. I'm sick of this bullshit. I'm fucking tired of playing these fucking games. I don't really need to be given a reliable dose of drugs every once in a while. I'm not chemically dependent. I don't want to become forever chemically dependent. I'm not born in a vat and then trained by the Navy to be a perfect MK Ultra assassin agent. I'm not expecting any kind of revenge or comeuppance for anything. I just think that they should stop using public money to run these scenarios over and over and over, where they try to prove to the world that, see, he's really a drug addict. See, he's really buying whores. I've never done that, but if they keep on offering me one, they have the possibility of thinking that I'm going to. I don't know what the fuck they're actually thinking. This is just speculation. But for years, this woman has been trying to take advantage of me and get evidence on me that says that she can take me to court and claim that I've been raping her, because I haven't. But that's what she thinks that she's supposed to do, since she's not allowed to enjoy having sex. She's just allowed to be a whore that gets her memory wiped when she gets paid. I guess she did this for like the entire time, and then didn't want to mention that, since I can see how that would be hard for me to say, okay, well, we should keep on dating, since she didn't mention that at all. Yeah. Now, I don't know how all this information is coming into my head as I sit here not having sex with her, but I guess she's busy having sex with other people who assured her that this would be the great way to encourage me to come rescue her. And instead, I stayed here and then didn't go up there. Wow. Somebody else used my phone, creating a whole list of numbers on my Number Barn account that I'm not going to call, since I'm not a vigilante. I don't really have any reason to call those people. And, yeah, I don't know what they're doing, but it sure does involve expecting that I'm going to care about somebody else using my phone, and somebody else using my girl, and somebody else giving everybody acid, and everybody having a good time and laughing at me. Yeah, they're pretty bent out of shape about something. I think I cost them all their money. I think I tore their thuggy piggy empire apart. I think I dismantled it brick by fucking brick, bolt by bolt, and I think that it's going to go down in fucking ashes and sugar. So maybe yeah, I guess they have a reason to be mad.
God and the Holy Spirit. Clarify, Holy Spirit, please, and thank you. What do you want us to know about this one from you, through me, at this time that you a hoe? That y'all need to be listening to no hoe? She can't tell y'all nothing about the Most High God and Holy Spirit. And it's the wife that's pushing up the husband's bullshit. They're sitting up there, smiling and looking stupid because his hatred, his aim to make you look like you ain't no good is questionable. People questioning it. Because why is this man so pressed and worried about this other woman? Why is your husband on a mission to destroy another feminine? Okay?
Well, it's because one of them, I don't want to say, but they thought they were going to get away with it, and then they didn't, and now they have to come back and they have to try and figure out a way to stop what I've done, but they can't, because all I really wanted to have happen is to know that they were going to run down to town and try to get everybody to be volunteering for another drama mission to get rid of little Michael Kuzi after 3 years. I was supposed to be easy to get rid of it. I'm still here, so they had to call in those two, and then I guess wow, he's been stuck with her the whole time. That must be a lot of fun. And so they have to show up and they have to pretend to be in love. Classic Rubini.
Motherfuckers swear they be trying to call you out about who you are and your religion. And it's a whole scandal I'm hearing going on between this evangelist and his feminine, his wife. They bring me joy. Because see, people like you and what you have to say regarding the spiritual journey. People appreciate how you worship and praise the Most High.
That's probably why they've been deleting my content when I make it, because people actually like it. And then I don't know what the hell they've been doing, but they haven't been showing it to me. And then she rolls up on me and she says, "Do you know that God loves you and has a plan for your life?" Like, she says this to me, as if that's a good idea. Since it's not actually her, it's a descended, like a robot angel. Like, the actual person is in quantum, and then that person's attitudes and choices and decisions are going to be programmed into her by the monitor controller. And so the monitor controller is imagining that they're going to be able to do anything to me because they think that I'm susceptible as well as some sort of religious fanatic. I'm not. I'm a primary victim, and then nobody did anything about it for 30 years while they were busy assuming that I deserved it or couldn't do anything about it. And I don't think these two have anything to do with it precisely, but then they were, I guess they got captured by some sort of, I don't think it's a Wendigo, but it's some kind of a thing that made them all corrupted. So they went and they had sex with each other, and they were imagining they were going to get away with that. And he had convinced her various times to commit crimes for him because she was under the control of his meth dick, which I never gave her, but she went off and then got turned into a total pill-smoking whore with meth, which made her probably pretty angry when she remembered that she was a lesbian, but she didn't really tell me that part. This is usually how it goes. I'm not sure exactly what the chain of events was, but for the last 3 years, apparently the reason why I'm not supposed to talk to her is because she's been with the same guy that she reported as assaulting her, although I don't know if that's actually the case. I can see why the cops or the police wouldn't want to share this information, since it's very embarrassing, since she called 911 and now she's trying to tell me that God has a plan for my life. And did I know that? Yeah, actually I did know that. Yeah. This is all on record. This is done in the open. This is exposed. I don't know who's going to follow up on this, but I think it's hilarious. And that's why you don't lie to clergy. Special consequence. Mine's 176 at age 3. Sorry. What am I supposed to do? Oh. Get a job and then not worry about the guy who's raping my wife. Okay, sure. Yeah, she never existed. I'm not in control of the situation. Yeah, okay.
His wife, they ain't straight. They're not walking parallel with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit, but you are. People know that. They know that you have a divine fifth element an elemental connection with the spiritual realm.
Yeah.
Okay, so they out here talking about you a false prophet, but they might want to read Deuteronomy 18, verse 20. A prophet who speaks in my name, but does not say what I command, or a prophet who speaks the name of other gods is put to death. And they may be going around using this scripture in particular.
I'm not really a prophet. I'm just here because I want to see the company go down in flames. My hand to God. I'm not here to. I wasn't planning on being this big a deal. In fact, I'm not even that big a deal. But that guy was planning on getting off with all my money and a bunch of women and children and escape with all of it. And they didn't think anybody could stop him. Well, I guess they were wrong about that. Although I guess I haven't stopped them. They're still busy running game and having sex and laughing at me. Oh my God, I feel terrible. Oh my God, I'm so humiliated.
Between the two. And you and her got some sort of Six of Cups history, but you went off and became known for working for the army of the Lord, okay? So that's what this is really about. Clarify, Holy Spirit, and people know it. Ho is not life, but death to your sweet soul. So how does she know what you do if you a hoe? No, you ain't no hoe.
Good question.
You got some fire instincts, though. Okay, that's what she's jealous of. Now I'm telling you, her and her husband. Because they know that the Most High God, Holy Spirit speak through you. Tells you what you need to.
Husband. When was the wedding? What kind of cake did you have? Did you have sauce on the side? Oh my God.
Wow. Popping up on various women, okay? Giving out some sort of correspondence, I'm hearing.
Creepy.
She had some sort of pamphlet or memo. Something she was trying to give these women to glorify what her and her husband
Oh
did.
my God.
And she was sitting up talking shit about you.
Ordinarily, that would work. It has worked in the past because this is like the final end game. This is pulling out all the stops and they're trying to turn the whole ratchet gang of Totsles bimbos against me, which shouldn't be too hard since they're already pretty much against me. But apparently, word has spread that I'm protected on a mission from God. I'm not even mad at these people. But apparently, this is what the super secret U.S. military sex pred team gang has to do to maintain its grip on power. Because otherwise they'd have to, I don't know what the fuck, but apparently they get every possible chance to prove that they're innocent. And this is what they do. Denial is an incredibly powerful force. I don't know if I weaponized it or if it was weaponized already, but I'm willing to learn.
Philly, and we got this USPS energy. And we're going to clarify this Philly, but baby, the last time this Philly came out with USPS, somebody at the post office was stealing. Okay? Clarify this Philly energy. Holy Spirit, please and thank you.
My mail's been stolen for
please and thank you. Look,
several years.
y'all, look, privacy violation.
So that's pretty cool that that's actually getting looked at, since why would this woman be talking about this shit if she isn't as a woman? I kind of think it's a computer program. Anyway, I'm being monitored by people who do things like delete my content after I've made it and hold blood orgies and laugh at me while taking acid with women I used to date. And they're distracted by trying to humiliate me because they imagine that getting me to shut up is important because they're locked in, no way out. And they're obsessed with meth. Meanwhile, this woman probably is not the only person who's aware of this going on. And most people who have ever heard of this thing happening at all are pretty clear that it's gone on way too long. So I guess maybe I'm just not going to. I don't think I even need a job.
Listen to you that you want some whole shit. She could work for the post office. She could. She could be from Philly too. This woman who her and her husband on a mission to destroy you. I'm telling you something.
I have no idea who these people are, but they all have to coalesce and focus their energies here because I'm still running my yap and I'm ostensibly breaking the law. And then they're, I don't know. It seems kind of strange that they would have to spend any time on me at all since they won. They got away. They're married. They got money, and then they are married to a woman who's obsessed with me. That's kind of weird. I guess they didn't see that coming. Oh yeah, because they I see what happened. Huh. Yeah, there's no getting away. These people are caught. They were caught before. Nobody knew what to do about it, and then nobody realized that I was going to not want to just get a new woman or fall victim to drugs. It looks like I've fallen victim to drugs. No. I know what I'm doing. I have permission. Stuff really sucks. But apparently it's pretty powerful at destroying your enemies after they've already thought they've won.
Ain't doing it right, okay? Coming for you. And people know that too. Y'all supposed to be people of the cloth, so to speak. 11-11 when I said that. That's not how people of the cloth behave.
No,
okay?
It's not. No.
Going around from house to house trying to solicit a clique of people to campaign against somebody that worked for Jesus.
Wow.
How you figure?
Imagine being that desperate.
And then it's some energy of her violating your privacy. Going through your mail. Trying to get dirt on you, but she violated.
Wow.
Marcus, thanks for playing. We asked 100 advertisers, what are the top 5 streaming channels to advertise on?
Playing.
Cool.
Stay out of my energy. I don't play with demons. That's what they telling her. And her evangelist husband. Look, ain't nobody buying what they selling. They already tried to go out here, I'm hearing, and gather up minions to support their spiritual mission. And it didn't work. It didn't work. And then she heard about you and what you was doing. And look what hit the table. No matter what they say or do, they'll never beat you. Okay? That's what the Holy Spirit is telling you.
Cool.
This karmic couple. Nobody in the community that y'all come from is supporting their mission. And they might want to be mindful what they out here saying. Because I'm telling you, it's something about her having some sort of printout or handout. And I'm not saying it was about you, but it was all the reasons why they should listen to her and her husband and not listen to you. I'm telling you now. But depending on what she out here claiming to be true about you, you could have a defamation lawsuit. Okay? People don't just sue you to get money. Okay? For the people.
I don't want to sue anybody. For one thing, I don't want a lawyer. For another, it's hackneyed. For a third, if I were to sue, then the guy would just use her to sacrifice. She would sacrifice her, and then she would have to deal with the lawsuit. I don't want to have to put her in a lawsuit because obviously she could be somebody that I know who's been brainwashed into thinking that she's got to run around with this guy, and has. So I don't know. Maybe she went through a time tunnel and she's only been running around for 10 minutes, and she's like, "Oh my God, he's so evil." Except I'm not. And then she might be thinking about the other one who is evil, who I don't know anything about, except he's not really evil. He's just kind of tired of the bullshit. And then, I can see why he's probably upset that he's functionally illiterate and an alcoholic and I'm not. But, well, he does get to do lots of drugs, and he knew all these people before, so I don't know why he'd be too upset with me, since it seems like it's my turn to know who they are, and then I can see why he couldn't tell me the truth before. Yeah. And I wouldn't be talking about this at all, except somebody deleted the content that I worked on earlier today, and then instead of publishing that, I don't have any content, so I just have to make some more, which is easy for me to do since I just sit here and yap while watching tarot readers. I don't know where the fuck they are, but since they're psychic, they kind of know about things that go on, and then they've all heard about the situation for a while. It seems like somebody should have done something about it before now, and someone did, and then every time, mysteriously, he just keeps on showing up with the same situation where he's got some woman and he's juiced her up and she's all in love with his dick, and then she uses her as some kind of strong arm try and destroy me. Over and over and over and over again. Yeah. Denial. Very powerful. I don't want to sue these people. I want them to keep on embarrassing themselves as much as they like. And then when they go to rehab and they realize what they've done, then they can be embarrassed. And then they can just explain everything to Capitol Hill. And then what good would money do? I don't need money for this. This is the fucking coolest thing ever. Her name was Jewel.
It makes you think you got some sort of insight on her. Okay? You swear that you are the answer and you and your husband should be the form of deliverance for us, but the way you moving is hoe ass shit.
Wow.
Okay? What you doing is making me put you and your husband on ice when it comes to guidance and patronage.
Wow.
They want people's support. And they feel like the way to get people support is by making you seem like you ain't shit. And I'm telling you, they're going the wrong way about it. They're going about it the wrong way. But they think that this was the way to go. Wow. Okay? Because she's still out here sticking and moving. And I'm hearing she do got a couple of hoes that also did like you growing up who are accepting the mission. But I hope they're able to accept the karma that comes with it, because you do work for the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. Be grateful and hit the table.
Wow.
And we had John 20, verses 28-30. Blessed are they that don't see, yet they believed. Okay? You are grateful for your level of faith and loyalty, that you can believe in what you don't see. That, Jesus Christ, confirmation. Spiritual belt, y'all. Y'all know how I go. If you've been watching me for years now, I do that. When it's a form of confirmation. Okay?
Thank you, Jesus.
But it's this energy of you. I'm sure you already are grateful for your relationship with the Most High God and the Holy Spirit. But be grateful for your level of faith. Because your level of faith has redeemed you. Your level of worship and praise is prevalent to people. And they out here defending you. Okay? Against this karmic couple.
Cool, thanks.
People know through your testimony, through your level of understanding, through your...
Isn't that all that stuff that people have been telling me to shut up about? Wow, so I guess it's probably a good idea I didn't shut up. Yeah, I can see why they're deleting my content as fast as I make it, and I can see why they mute me when I show up and get in the way, and I can see how. Yeah, nobody thought they had to stop treat me like shit, huh? No, you do, and then the beatings will begin. The beatings of the divine will be immense and pleasurable for me to watch, and then I don't have to lift a finger. You have to suffer, so I don't have to work. That's how that works.
Oh, this woman, the majority of these women, these people she done went to, this women. She ain't went to no men. He may have, but she been going to women. But the majority of these women, child, telling her to get over it. These couple of scrapplers she's been able to collect and get on her.
She can't get over it. She's locked into a methamphetamine withdrawal. Whatever. She's been brainwashed. So she actually can't stop herself. She has to do what she's doing. And then ideally she probably does want to look like an idiot so that she can get caught faster. And then I'm not going to catch her. And I'm also not going to walk up to her and juice her up with drugs and then imprint my whatever on top of her. It's not like this is a back and forth thing. But she's programmed to believe that so that she can be a more effective truffle hound. And since I'm not doing any of those things, it looks kind of weird. In case anybody's wondering why it's happening this way. And why I'm sitting here babbling on at all. I mean, obviously I'd rather... Okay, maybe it's not obvious. I should be doing something else that's more productive other than putting a monkey wrench in these people's plans. However, it's entheogenic. I've earned it. It makes me feel delightful. Her name is Jewel, and I haven't spent a dime on a lawyer or seen a doctor yet, and I don't have a gun. So maybe pacifism works. What do you think? Well, okay, so I guess raping women and reprogramming them and telling everybody to shut up, I guess that works too. But on the bright side, I don't have to shower.
has, okay, Helga on Hey Arnold. She had the little Asian girl was her best friend, but she was really running that girl. That girl was always picking up the slack, running errands for Helga. You know, she was her do girl. That's the energy of one of these women who are campaigning with this feminine. Okay, I'm hearing she's always been in that position to this woman. The friend who, I'm just so grateful that I can be your friend. I'll do anything you say just because you're my friend. That's the energy of one of these grown ass women. I'm telling you, these people grown, at least 40. That's why these women looking at her like, you embarrassing. You claim you're the wife of an evangelist, going around talking shit about this other woman, campaigning for people to not believe what she says so they can come sit and worship with you and your husband. I'm telling you, either they got a little church or a little building, or they are like he the guest preacher or something on somebody else's pulpit. It's something like that going on with them. But
this is the exact scenario that I walked out on Sunday. They were trying to figure out a way to embarrass me and such, and I guess it kind of backfired. Scusi, mi regretti.
makes you into some sort of goddess, some sort of an untouchable threat. That's not what you out here conveying to folk.
No.
So, enough is enough. Like, find something else to do. All this effort you took to go to Staples and print off these copies.
They can't find something else to do. They're locked in. No way out. They're either addicted to meth or their asses are in a sling and they don't want to embarrass themselves and lose their position as being in charge of these women that they use as whores after juicing them with meth. And then I don't know what else, but they used to be able to do whatever they wanted and nobody could stop them, and it was disgusting and vile. And then and then I found out about it, and I've been doing something unexpected ever since, which is, what am I doing? I forget, I'm too high. YOLO.
What are you doing? It's not going to be to go from place to place.
All three of us work for him too?
You can't be in alignment. That's what this grandmother lady told her.
When did Jesus become a small business owner?
In love. You out here trying to steal our energy, make us be. She a bird. She a dodo bird. She a airhead. It's something that she ain't peeping about her and her connection with her husband. I picked that up in the beginning, but I didn't get into it. But it's something that people know about her. She could be an Aquarius. Or her husband. Wow. It's something they know about that connection, that it's some kinks that need to be worked out. It's some rusted parts that need to be oiled. They need some WD-40. Okay, so, she don't got time to be worried about you and what you doing. She need to focus on her own relationship. I'm going to say that because that's what people was telling her. They ain't tell her why. Okay, because if you paid attention to your own household, you would know what's up. You would understand the frequency of your evangelist husband. But you too busy trying to destroy another woman. Okay, involved in whatever penis swinging contest your husband got going on. Because see, they not right. That evangelist husband of hers, that's why they can't keep nobody listening to them. Because they on some other shit. Okay.
Wow.
And he ain't able to get the level of patronage that he need to be preaching to please somebody. So he got some other shit going on, okay? So coming for you, Sybil/prophet, about what you foresee, what you tell people about Jesus, that's protected, honey. And those different people from your community, they protected you.
Thanks.
Now they looking at this woman and her husband like they need a spiritual bath. And you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing that if this woman is not, if this woman do not work for the post office, she went to the post office and tried to get your mail, tried to get some intel on you, and got embarrassed too. But it's this energy of her working for the post office and going through your mail, trying to find dirt on you. We need to clarify that before we close, Holy Spirit. I mean, look, Archangel Gabriel, trying to prove that you are not getting messages from a divine source, that you be up to other things behind the scenes. Clarify this Philly, USPS, energy, privacy violation. It's something with that. Either she from Philly and she worked for the post office, or you from Philly, and she went to the post office trying to get your mail.
Actually, it's something else, but I won't say right now because that would be counterproductive to my interests. It's interesting that this keeps coming up, though, because it's not just me. There's other people as well. And no, you can get it back. At least I can. And then if they could pay me, they probably would have by now. But I think all their assets are frozen, since that's what happens with people when they get.
Trying to make you look bad, trying to say that you a false prophet. She worked for the post office, and she from Philly. I'm telling you, that's why I am who I am. Came out here. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You were doxxed. Yes, this hoe did. Go through your mail. She was trying to figure out where you living.
Wow.
What are you doing? She violated your privacy. She worked for the post office, and I'm telling you, she also had some sort of correspondence. Wow. Something that she could have sent in the mail to folks, trying to get them to gravitate to wherever her husband is preaching.
Wow.
Acting like he performed miracles spiritually. He's some sort of evangelist, but he really is a warlock. We've seen evidence of that. We ain't finna get into it, but people know the truth. People know the truth about
They're pretty scary. They're pretty powerful.
I don't know who she thinks she fooling. Anything else? This is the sort of new mission, honey, too. You know, it could be new to you. They may have some sort of ties to the Quran. But she been seeing red, honey. In her efforts to convert people away from you and your mission. She been out here trying to convince them now. If only you can see the heart that they need is in her and her husband, but ain't nobody biting. That's why she mad.
Oh, I'm supposed to have a three-way with her husband. Oh, okay. I see what it is.
Ain't getting no type of traction.
I'm not supposed to rescue her. I'm supposed to join them and rule the universe as woman, catamite, and slave boy. She wants to be the top of the pyramid and then have two men to take advantage of. That's why I'm not going along with that. Yeah, I can see how that's kind of perverse. Yeah. Huh. Well, I don't feel like doing that. Maybe they could. Wow, that is complicated. That never occurred to me. Since I never really wanted to be a man with two women. I mean, if I am, sure, but it's not like I'm desperately trying to compensate. And then that woman who wants to have two men, I can see why she'd want to have the two best around, but then I guess the one that she likes isn't real fond of that since, well, if I saw him, he ran away from me last time I saw him. Wow, this is exciting. This is better than Wimbledon.
Oh, wait, because they know how one of them women in particular has always been a part of they didn't tell her, honey, you need to do something new.
Thank you, God. Do I need more marbles or less? I don't know what I need marbles for, but it's a reference to Animal House where Flounder goes into the store and says, "Can I have 10,000 marbles, please?" And he throws them into the street, and then it messes up the parade. Oh, the parade! I love a parade, and I would never think to actually physically cause any damage to people, but you know, if my ex-girlfriends aren't as much fun to rape anymore, I can't say that I'm not either pleased or involved. I haven't prayed to God. No, actually, okay, I did. I did it. I confess. I prayed to God that my enemies would be destroyed and humiliated, and now I guess they are. And I don't want any shawarma, so I guess I'm just a terrible person. So what job should I get? Wow. Bigger than you can imagine. biblical. Maybe I'll get a job next week. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to get a job. Her name is Julie.